Hello and welcome again to another third-person controller tutorial. This is the third lecture that we are giving for our course, and today here we are just going to implement a new parkour action into our assets. And for example, I'm going to use this animation which is running jump call in Miximo. Okay, so Miximo is a free site. You can just download from it all of the characters and animation that you do need. So right now, if I click on the download button, I'm going to use the FBX for Unity, and I'm going to click on the download button. Okay, so after your animation being downloaded here, you can go to Unity, drag and drop this animation. Okay, so let me delete this jumping. I was doing it just for seeing how this animation will work. So right now, let's just get started by doing these things from the beginning. In order to do a parkour action, we need to have a scriptable object to create it and to do parkour action. Okay, so first of all, let's go and create an parkour action by right and click, going to create new parkour action, and here parkour action. Okay, so in this particular parkour action, I'm gonna name it to something like jump up. Okay, so right now you are going to the player, which is Lola, and choose the animator here. And when you choose the animator, if you can't find the animator, you can find it on Windows Animation Animator. Okay, so then this screen will bump up as you click on it. So go to it. You can see this is particular our animator, which is the animator of the player. So choose climb and vault here, and as you can see all of our animation of climbing. So in order to us to use this animation that we have downloaded from Miximo, which is this one in here, so you go to rig it as a humanoid and go for the animation and set it to original on the rot transform.rotation. On Y, set it to feet, and original on the X and Z axis. Okay, if you don't know about these parameters, you can see which are for example, the vault here, the wall climb is the similar to what this action is doing. Okay, so for example, we have original, feet, and center of mass. So here in the jump up, I'm gonna choose the same parameters that I do have in the assets, which is the center of mass, feet, and original. Okay, but in some cases when you are vaulting, you want to just to check this pick into pose for rot transform dot rotation. Okay, because you want to jump from one obstacle to another, so you need to check this box. Okay, but this action is not vaulting, this is climbing on something. So I'm gonna use these parameters. So I'm gonna hit apply right now, and I'm gonna delete this animation, and I'm gonna show you how to split the animation. You just have to go to the animation, click on Ctrl D to duplicate the animation on your keyboard, then delete the original animation. So I'm right now having this jumping, where is it? Running jump animation. Okay, so it's look like this. So right now I want to drag and drop the animation into my animator. So I'm going to rename this animation here to jump up. Okay, and not running jump. So jump up. And you have to remember this name. I'm actually going to rename it here to jump up. Okay, so we have dragged this animation, and right now we are going to the scriptable object. But first of all, we have to make a transition to our locomotion. So let's make a transition, go to state and locomotion, because after we are performing our parkour action, we want to back to the locomotion. Okay, state. So Right now, I think everything is ready for the animation, but we still have to know the target match time. The target match time is when the player is start to jump up in the air. For this particular example, you have to look for this percentage here. So in my case, my player is jumping into the air at 0% and put his right foot on the ledge at 23%, okay? 23 or 24. So right now I'm going to the scriptable object that we have created here, which is the jump up. So the jump up one, okay, because I have just tested this. So the name of the animation must match the animation that it's written here in the animator. So this is the animation name. So I'm gonna just pass in jump up, okay. And obstacle tag, here we are not vaulting, but if we are vaulting, we are going to write just vault, okay, but no, we are not vaulting. So for the highest, I'm gonna give it from 0.2 to something like I don't know, 1.1 for this action. Actually, I don't want the player to rotate towards the obstacle because I'm not vaulting. Okay, I want him to rotate in the direction that he is in. But in some action, this will be needable inside of your own project. So right now, let's go to the target matching. And remember, we have calculated the target matching. So we want the actually the right foot to match target, okay, and the right foot to start jumping in the air at 0 and ends in 0.23, okay, 23%. And I want to match the highest of the obstacle, so I want to match the Y position, okay. So as you can see here, if I click on this obstacle here, I will have the Y is set up over here, okay. So I want this is the highest of this green arrow is the highest of the obstacle, okay. The Z axis and the X axis is the red one, okay. So the Z axis is the blue one, okay. So I want to match the highest of the obstacle right now. So let's just try with matching the highest, and after this we are going to rematch the Z axis if it's not working, or I see the player is entering to this dumbbuster, okay. So let's go into the dumbbuster and dumbbuster here, and it must has a box collider and it must have a layer of obstacle here, okay. So click on it, change the layer to obstacle and add a box collider, and make sure that the box collider is fitting to our here dumbbuster, okay. So right now everything is ready except that I have to add this action into my player controller, and we do this by going to our climb and vault. So this is the climb and vault, and I'm going to go to jump up one, which we have created, and just drag and drop it here into my scene. But right now we're going to talk about how these things, how this parkour action is going to be organized. But after I've tested that my animator, okay, as you can see, the player is perfectly climbing on this particular obstacle with his own rotation, okay. So I don't have to match the Z because I don't see that the player is entering this project. So I have either to this formula, but I've done these guys. So for example, this is vaulting over. I have the layer obstacle and the tag to vault. This is the exception in our vaulting animation. And I have the same box collider here. Same thing I've done for the chair. So I have a box collider, vault, and obstacle. And here I have only obstacle because I want the player to jump on this obstacle and not vault over it. So let's see this in action. So as you can see, my player is jumping, okay, and here, well, we have a problem that he's climbing. Right now we are going to solve this. As you can see here, he's performing parkour action like vault, and here he's jumping up. So this is what I've told you in the beginning about the organization of these parkour action. So the vault actions has to be in the beginning, and the climb on actions has to be in the ends, and its organization from the highest. So I check up which has a very small highest to the highest one. Okay, so for my example, the jump up is an climbing action because I'm climbing on something. So I have to put it somewhere here. And where is my this is a vault 2. So I've deleted some animations here. Actually, I'm really very sorry. I didn't delete the jump up. I jumped the other animation. Okay, we cannot perform it because we don't have this animation. I have deleted. I can do it one more time again. It's not a problem. So right now let's just subtract one of the animation. So right now I do have vault, jump up, and climb wall. Okay, so if I back again to my scene and try to vault, I'm jumping up because the vaulting animation here, it's highest from 1.25. This just make it for the mini highest for it from 0.25. Okay, so right now I can perform the vaulting action. So here I'm performing, and here I'm performing the vaulting action, and here of course I can do the climbing, and here the jump up animation. So this is it for this tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoy the parkour action that we do have inside of our scene. So this is how the player will perform parkour actions inside of his own project. Okay, inside of your own project, he can climb up, he can do too many parkour actions that you ever want. But this is how you set up the parkour action. But all of what you have to remember is this, that when you are vaulting, you have to put the vaulting first, because you are jumping from one obstacle to another and you are using tags. And the jumping action has to be in the end, the climb up action, okay, when you are climbing on something. So thank you again for watching, and see you guys later.